What's happening, everybody? Uh, week three, mission number two. Um, Today, we're going to be talking about the bio target. What is the target for our biology? So, remember that one of the walls that we built uh, with depression is actually the bio wall. And so, we're going to replace this wall with something, right? Because um, when we're finishing a bad habit, or when we are finishing a bad habit, or when we're trying to change something, it needs to be replaced. It needs to be replaced with something that actually helps us and replaces the space that the old habit was taking. So if we're going to knock down a wall of the prison, we have to replace it with something. So it's crucial that for our depression escape plan, we go wall to wall, thinking about what the target is in each thing. And so here, as you remember, as I'm showing here right here, one of the walls was bio, right? And so the biology, and so that's one of the prisons that we have. And remember that in biology we have past, present, and future, right? And so our past is whatever genetic factors, whatever biology that we inherited, right? It's like that guy on that movie, the Shawshank Redemption. Like, he was put into the situation. If you know the whole movie, or if you've watched the whole movie, what happened to him is actually that he was framed for a crime that he did not commit, right? And so he was actually framed, and he was put in prison for something that he actually didn't do it. And so, a lot of things in our life we were born into. There is nothing that we didn't sign up for. That, like, I didn't sign up for my father being killed. I didn't sign up for being abused. I didn't sign up for many things, right? But now, knowing what I know now and the tools that I have now, I can actually take those things and use them to be able to connect better with people, to be able to develop content, to be able to make him a part of my story, to be able to connect with people in a better, deeper way, right? And so remember that in our biology, there were factors and genetic factors that that impact us. So if you look around, you look at a father and a son walking, a lot of the postures are the same postures, the gestures are the same gestures. And so just like that, not only the genetics, but then we go into the present, the past, right? And then we go into the present, which is the epigenetics. Is, are you going to activate those genes? Are you going to activate the genes that actually predispose you or give you a tendency to develop depression? Are you going to activate them? Well, how do we activate them, and how do we change the biology of it? Posture is a big thing, right? How we are walking. If I put my shoulders down, if I breathe shallow, that changes my biology. We know that if somebody does exercises of gratitude, like going around uh, in their house looking for things that they're grateful about, looking for things in their life they're grateful about, that changes their mental chemistry, changes their biology. We know that if we go exercising, it changes our biology. It changes our biology to the point that it actually produces chemicals like the brain gonadotropic hormone that actually help the brain create and build the new brain. And so it's like, as you knock down this prison and as we build this new brain, we have to give it enough fuel and the chemicals and the ingredients it needs to be able to build itself as we want it. And so in biology, I want you to think about the past, the present, and the future as you're writing this target. But you want to do one target so that we can write in this escape plan that you would like to change, right? And so in terms of biology, right, we think about genetics, right? Is there anything that you got genetically that you want to change? So for instance, heart disease or diabetes, or there is parts of those diseases that are genetic. Depression, um, things that you inherited, that traumas of your family that you didn't sign up for. Um, and so those things in the present, how's your diet, right? How's your diet? How's your movement? How's your experiences? Those are really the two factors. What are you ingesting and what are you experiencing? And then from the future, why is it important to think about the future? And what I'm going to do right here is I'm just going to share my screen with you, but I'm going to share um, the whiteboard. And so we talked about the past, the present, and the future. And we talked about this in the bio. And so I'm going to do a prison right here. Boom, boom, boom. And then the wall in the back. I'm going to write the person right here. And this is the second wall. And so today we're going to be working on the bio right there. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Boom, boom. Okay. So we're going to be talking about today this one. And I'm going to draw the bars just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the bars that keeps us in the prison. Okay, cool. And so now in the bio, this is what we're going to start, right? And so we're gonna knock this wall down. Boom. We're gonna knock this wall down, guys. And we're going to fix it. We're going to put something in it. We're going to put the ingredients necessary to be able to build this back up. And remember that we're gonna be talking about the past. When you're building this target, past, present, and future. Why are all of this important? Because like we talked about, the past is things that we inherited or things that that we did ourselves in the past, right? And that are keeping us from moving forward. There is some genetic factors that we can actually change through epigenetics and through actions. And so that's important to take into consideration, right? So think about things that changed your biology, traumas that you had, injuries that you had, genetic factors that you had. Like if everybody's overweight in your family, if everybody has diabetes, if everybody has depression, right? We think like, oh, this is genetic. Well, we can actually change a lot of it through epigenetics. Now you move to the present, right? What are you ingesting? What are you experiencing, right? Are you ingesting things that are going to help your brain uh, be stronger and produce and be able to produce new neural connections, or are you giving your brain crap that is actually making it weaker and weaker every single day, right? And then experiencing, are you experiencing things that are making you weaker, sitting on the couch, um, and your muscles get weaker and weaker and weaker, laying in bed, your muscles get weaker and weaker and weaker? Or are you getting up, are you moving, are you walking, are you running, are you lifting, whatever it is, right? um, and are you experiencing community, are you experiencing meetings or masterminds or whatever it is that gets you connected, right? And then the future is so important because it actually lets our brain decide what to focus on. As we've talked about, and I've talked about a lot of my content, there is actually an area in our brain. It's a network in a that is called the reticular activating system, and this is between the emotional part of our brain and the thinking part of our brain. And what it does is actually helps us kind of delete everything else that is around us, and it helps us pick up from the environment things that are relevant to our goals, and it picks up insights and details that are relevant to our goals. And so it's hugely important, and it's also known that dopamine is really important in this future or planning. People who are depressed, is really hard for them to do this, not because it's broken, not it's just because those neural networks have not been built. So we literally have to get the hammer and the nail and build these things and make ourselves like, okay, I'm gonna dream today, I'm gonna think about this today, right? And so we literally have to make ourselves do it. It is not pleasant, it is not um, it's not easy. It's like lifting something that you're not able to lift yet, right? And so it's gonna be ugly at the beginning, but it doesn't matter, just do it, right? And so pick one things that has affected your biology, that you want to target. And so what is your target, right? And so that's the main thing today. What's the target in biology? What is it that you're going to, like, if you had one thing that you wanted to change, like, hey, I want to experience like doing bungee jumping this year, right? I want to experience, like, that's going to change your chemistry and your biology like that, right? As soon as you jump out of the plane, your biology is going to change like that. Something that's going to change your biology. Are you going to eat a green juice every day, or a salad every day, or one apple every day? Like, something, pick a target that you're going to put in this plan for biology. And we're going to knock down each one of these walls one by one. All right, everybody. That was it for today. Great to see you all. Hit me up with any questions, comments, suggestions, and I'll see you in the next module. Take it easy.